Justice surged law enforcement resources, and the results came quickly. Crime plummeted in both cities. And I want to make one point loud and clear.
300 names, over 100,000 pages, and buried deep inside those documents, one name appeared over and over and over again. Not a politician, not a billionaire. America's favorite talk show host, Ellen DeGeneres. Now, before you click away thinking this is just another clickbait story, stay with me, because what I'm about to show you is all public record, court documents, resurfaced clips, and connections that even Hollywood can't explain away.
Let's talk about your time in prison.
I didn't go to prison.
I am terrified of porcelain dolls.
I heard that.
All right.
Just hold one.
No. My wife. Come on, stop, man.
I love you.
For 19 seasons and over 3,000 episodes, Ellen DeGeneres was the queen of daytime television, a net worth of $500 million, 30 Emmy Awards. She danced, she laughed, she made America feel good. But behind that smile, former employees, fellow celebrities, and now unsealed government documents are painting a very different picture. Let's start from the beginning.
Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing in a letter to Congress that all of the Epstein files have been released, claiming they have fulfilled the obligations under the Epstein Transparency Act. Included in the letter is also a list of roughly 300 prominent individuals whose names appear in the Epstein files. The list includes government officials and others the Justice Department classifies as politically exposed persons. While some had documented ties to Epstein, others are listed despite no evidence they ever communicated with him, including late icons such as Elvis Presley, Princess Diana, Marilyn Monroe, and Kurt Cobain. Representative Ro Khanna accusing the DOJ of purposefully muddying the waters, writing on X, to have Janis Joplin, who died when Epstein was 17, in the same list as Larry Nassar, who went to prison for the sexual abuse of hundreds of young women and child pornography, with no clarification of how either.
In February 2026, Attorney General Pam Bondi sent a letter to Congress confirming the Department of Justice had released all remaining Epstein files, over 100,000 pages of documents that had been sealed for years. And within those pages, a list of over 300 names. Now here's where it gets strange. The list didn't just include the people you'd expect, the billionaires, the politicians. It included names of people who were already dead. Elvis Presley, Princess Diana, Kurt Cobain, Marilyn Monroe, Larry Nassar. Some of these people died decades before Epstein was even active. So what does this tell us?
That represents 369 million potentially deadly doses that can kill Americans. Meanwhile, our attorneys are fighting for President Trump's agenda in courtrooms across this country. This administration has been sued 627 times. We've fought through a nonstop flood of bad faith temporary restraining orders.
It tells us that the 300 names list is not a list of criminals. It's not a flight log. It's not a guest list. It's a compilation of every name that appeared anywhere in the Epstein-related documents, in emails and conversations and references, and this is exactly where Ellen DeGeneres comes in. According to fact-checkers at Snopes, and I'll leave the link in the description, Ellen's name did not appear in any direct emails from Epstein. She was not on any confirmed flight log. But her name surfaced in third-party communications, emails between other people, references, mentions. And the question everyone is asking is, why? Why would Ellen DeGeneres' name appear in documents connected to one of the most notorious criminals in America? For years, Ellen and Diddy had this playful, almost intimate friendship on camera. She'd demand he come to her parties. He'd tease her about attending his. It seemed harmless. Funny, even. But then, on November 4th, 2016, Ellen posted a tweet that would come back to haunt her. Quote, "Happy birthday, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs," or as I call him, Cuddle McSnugglestuff. You don't need to know why. End quote. You don't need to know why. Let that sink in for a moment.
Doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. you know.
Ellen DeGeneres frequently interviewed Puff Daddy on her daytime talk show, and in 2018, she revealed that they had occasionally partied together. So during one interview, after he arrived late to a taping, Ellen jokingly asked if he planned to be late to an upcoming party she was hosting. He said, "Yeah, I am. No, I have to arrive fashionably late." Granted, Ellen did beg him not to arrive too late, adding, "'Cause, once you get there, the party really starts." And Puffy told Ellen, "I got you. I promise you. I'm not gonna let you down on this big one. For real."
After Diddy's arrest in September 2024 on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, and his eventual 50-month sentence in October 2025, people went back through every clip, every tweet, every photo, and what they found was disturbing. Khloe Kardashian had already told the world on camera that at Diddy's parties, and I quote, "everyone was butt naked." She said this on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It was played for laughs, nobody asked follow-up questions, and Ellen wasn't just a guest at these parties. She was actively recruiting people to attend them, on her own show, on national television.
Ellen DeGeneres' stage set is exactly the same as on Epstein Island, with all the couches, the same colour, the same soft furnishings, palm trees, window, everything to the T. And I'm like,
really?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh.
Hey, and we're getting some up now.
Getting some up now on our screen.
Yeah, there's palm trees. You're right.
But look at the backdrop behind her, striped building.
No, Emma, there's
palm
nothing
trees.
to see here.
So don't berate her.
I'm not berating. I'm just saying.
I'm going to look further.
This video went viral, over 1.4 million views. And I'll be honest with you, at first I thought it was a stretch. But then NFL quarterback Aaron Rodgers said the same thing, on a podcast, on camera. He looked at photos of Ellen's set, the blue and white stripes, the rounded architecture, and compared it directly to the temple structure on Epstein's Little St. James Island. Now, is this proof of anything? No, absolutely not. But it is the kind of coincidence that makes people very, very uncomfortable. And in Hollywood, coincidences have a way of not being coincidences at all.
But presidents, royals, billionaires, the documents keep pulling new names into the orbit. All of this renewed scrutiny has brought people back to a moment from a Joe Rogan podcast episode from May 2025. The guest was Aaron Rodgers, four-time NFL MVP and one of the most decorated quarterbacks in the history of the sport. The conversation covered a lot of ground, but one of the moments that got clipped everywhere had nothing to do with football.
Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? It's a similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show that's now not on anymore.
Oh, Ellen? Was that Ellen?
Yeah.
Really?
What Rodgers was pointing to was a visual comparison that had been circulating in conspiracy circles for years, but had never broken into the
own show that someone publicly caught her in a lie. And where was Ellen that day? She was at a Dallas Cowboys football game, sitting next to former President George W. Bush. That photo, Ellen laughing with Bush, sparked a firestorm. But the real story wasn't about politics. It was about the lie.
Podcast of a Dallas Cowboys game, with some critiquing her for talking and laughing with a president whose record includes the Iraq War and opposing gay marriage. DeGeneres responded in a video posted the following night, saying the pair are friends, adding, "In fact, I'm friends with a lot of people who don't share the same beliefs that I have. We're all different, and I think we've forgotten that that's okay." She attended the game with her wife, Portia de Rossi, on the invitation of Cowboys owner Jerry Jones' daughter, Charlotte. DeGeneres, who sat next to Bush in Jones' box, went on to say that people questioned why a gay...
Future.
You can really...
And for both of our futures, who knows what they hold?
Who knows? All right, go ahead.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
The clip of Ellen trying to pressure the singer into drinking champagne as a way to offset pregnancy rumors recently resurfaced on Twitter, following allegations of a toxic workplace environment on the show.
People are saying that that you're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
All right. Well, you don't have to.
No, that's okay. No, honestly,
you don't have to answer me. Let's just toast with champagne.
Now, in an interview with Vulture, Mariah is addressing that extremely uncomfortable moment with DeGeneres, telling the mag that she's really had a, quote, hard time grappling with the app.
2008. Mariah Carey is a guest on Ellen's show. There are rumors she's pregnant. Ellen pours champagne and says, "Just drink it. Prove you're not pregnant." On camera, in front of millions. Mariah later described that moment as, quote, extremely uncomfortable. Weeks after that taping, Mariah suffered a miscarriage. She has spoken publicly about how that moment affected her, how being outed on national television during such a fragile time was devastating. This wasn't a fun game, this was a pattern. Ellen didn't just cross boundaries. She weaponized her platform. She used the power of live television to put people in impossible positions. And she did it with a smile.
Lower than that. Let's just take a look, because sometimes you find lyrics, and then sometimes you find this.
Right. Oh, and it's bigger back there as well.
Yep. I am Taylor Swift. I am dating blank.
Nobody.
I am Taylor Swift. I would like to be dating blank.
Nobody.
I am Taylor Swift, and my publicist told me to say blank.
My publicist told me not to answer any person.
In July 2020, BuzzFeed News published a bombshell investigation. Multiple current and former employees of the Ellen DeGeneres show described a workplace culture of fear, intimidation, and racism. One employee said they were told, "Do not look at Ellen, do not speak to Ellen." A former cameraman later alleged that Ellen cycled through 9 stage managers in a single season. He described something he called the Ellen gaze, a look of narrowed eyes and protruding cheekbones, like, in his words, a queen looking for her next execution. 3 senior producers were fired after investigations into sexual misconduct. 3. On a daytime talk show about kindness.
What was actually going on. Now, quick context before we dive in case you're not fully caught up, because you're going to need this to understand everything else in this video. Diddy is a convicted criminal, and he is pretty close to Ellen DeGeneres, and that's exactly where Ellen comes into this story. Her talk show ran for almost 20 years, and in that time, Diddy appeared on her stage more than 17 times.
My biggest question that I have about this, regarding the auctioning off or any of the things that went on Ellen's show, why were evil things that were going on being teased in front of an audience that really wasn't.
And welcome back to The Spotlight. Today we are going to be talking about 5 guests who insulted Ellen on her show. Number 5, Justin Timberlake.
They had no idea. This was a surprise to them, so they're very excited to see you.
Thank you. She was my favorite. She like we knew each other. She was like. She gave me the.
Justin Timberlake is one of DeGeneres' favourite guests, so it made for an especially popcorn-worthy moment when he insulted her for not knowing the lyrics to one of his own songs. While telling the story about how DeGeneres sent him a tequila-inspired sing-along of his jam Can't Stop the Feeling, Timberlake revealed that she repeatedly sang the line as just electric.
2021, Wendy Williams, on her Hot Topics segment, looked dead into the camera and said what nobody else in Hollywood dared to say. She shaded Ellen's show ending. She implied she'd known for years that something was wrong. At the time, people dismissed Wendy. They called her messy. They called her a gossip. But look at everything that's come out since. The workplace allegations, the Diddy connections, the Epstein files. Wendy Williams saw through it first. And what happened to Wendy? She lost her show. She was placed under a conservatorship. She was silenced. Makes you wonder, who benefits when truth tellers are removed from the conversation?
To honor Twitch, I think the best thing that we can do is to laugh and hug each other.
Ellen DeGeneres speaking on camera for the first time since the death of Stephen Twitch Boss.
He was pure light, as everybody in the comments said. If you knew him, you knew that. If you didn't know him, you saw it.
She is like quite literally kind. And I think that's also why she resonates the way that she does for so long.
December 13th, 2022. Stephen Twitch Boss, Ellen's beloved DJ, executive producer, and the man many considered the heart and soul of the show, was found dead. He was 40 years old. The official ruling was suicide. Ellen posted a tearful tribute. The internet mourned. But behind the scenes, questions emerged. Twitch had been promoted to executive producer in the final season, a season that came right after the toxic workplace scandal. Some insiders suggested Twitch was elevated as a shield, a way to deflect criticism. When the show ended, Twitch was left without the platform, without the protection, and, according to those close to him, carrying knowledge about what really happened behind those studio doors. I want to be very clear. There is no confirmed connection between Twitch's death and any of the allegations we've discussed. But his passing remains one of the most heartbreaking chapters in this story. And the timing haunts people.
Sister-in-law Amanda Roberts shared the note on Facebook on April 29th and said loved ones found the paper while going through her journal entries from over the years, which read, quote, "Mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers need to show the battle lines are drawn and stand together to fight for the future of victims. Is protesting the answer? I don't know, but we've got to start somewhere." Roberts explained in the post that the family wanted to share her words after they learned that the nonprofit organization Straying Through Strides, along with supporters and survivors, were marching in Washington, D.C. and meeting with senators on April 29th in honor of Denim Day.
April 2025. Virginia Giuffre, the most prominent survivor of Jeffrey Epstein's trafficking network, was found dead. She was 42 years old. Virginia had spent over a decade fighting in court. She named names. She filed lawsuits. She wrote a memoir called Nobody's Girl, published posthumously in October 2025. Before her death, she left behind a handwritten note. Her family shared portions of it publicly, and in that note, Virginia didn't sound like someone who had given up. She sounded like someone who was afraid. The Epstein case has now claimed multiple lives. Epstein himself, Virginia Giuffre, and the people whose names are in those files, they're still walking free. Some of them are still on television. Some of them moved to another country. Which brings us to Ellen.
I decided to take up gardening. I got chickens. Let me see what else I can tell you about that's been going on. Oh, yeah, I got kicked out of show business. Yeah, the Be Kind Girl Wasn't Kind. That was the headline. Here's the problem. I'm a comedian who got a talk show, and
after the show ended, Ellen didn't stay in America. She bought a 43-acre estate in the Cotswolds, England, for £20 million. She said she was leaving because of the political climate, because of Trump. But the timing was interesting. The Epstein files were being unsealed, the Diddy trial was approaching, Hollywood was under a microscope, and Ellen was an ocean away. Then, in late 2025, she turned around and bought another mansion in Montecito, California, for $27.4 million. So she didn't actually leave. She just waited for the storm to pass. The question is, has it?
And I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected.
And I come to find out there's not that much Hollywood in Hollywood. The Hollywood in my mind is not the Hollywood in real life. I want to talk about things. If Bill Cosby is accused of sedating and raping all these women and it's the #1 story in the news, I want to talk about that, yes.
Let me be absolutely clear about something. As of today, there is no confirmed criminal evidence directly linking Ellen DeGeneres to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. Her name in the files does not mean she committed any crime. The set comparison is a visual observation, not proof. The Diddy friendship is suspicious, but suspicion is not guilt. What is real, though, and what is documented, is a pattern of control behind the scenes, a pattern of powerful friendships with people who are now in prison, a pattern of silencing people who spoke up, whether it was employees or celebrities on her own couch, and a pattern of running when the heat gets too close. The Epstein files are public, the documents are real, the 300 names are out there, and this story, it's far from over. If you made it this far, drop a comment below telling me, do you think Ellen is hiding something, or is this all just coincidence? Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and share this video, because the algorithm buries content like this. I'll see you in the next one.